Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am your host Rive, and in today's video we are discussing more further fourth on with the situation of what I have with this company, Blood and Moon Inc., who is also more further known as PKT, who owns up this channel and company, which obviously, if you're not familiar with the situation, I recommend you obviously watch my last video where I basically broke down everything that was happening and debunked a lot of the claims of bullshit out of this guy's mouth throwing at me. But going forth on with this video, you know, I'm not the type of guy to argue with someone in the comment section on YouTube, right? I'm someone that I'd rather just say what I have to say off my mind, right, and move on and so forth. Because it's so much easier said and done than typing paragraph after paragraph with response after response. Because that's just draining, tiresome, and, you know, just time consuming, you know? And that's not the case with PKT, because PKT has every community tab I've made either responded to it on his community tab or has been in my comment section replying to of them or in more specific of my videos, right? Because, you know, my videos are the ones he has been most replying to in the comment section, right? And honestly, if it was up to me, I would just talk to this guy one-on-one and in a Discord call and just rather discuss about how what I'm doing is not criminal and so on and so forth, right? But obviously, I already know that this guy is not up to have that type of discussion with me, right? Because I could just tell that just like in the comment section, he couldn't even put him in an argument nor really talk about what he's talking about out of the top of his head with pure knowledge without having to go on Google and copy and paste the amount of shit tons of laws that he has been doing in the replies of my community tabs or on his community tabs replying to of my community tabs, so on and so forth, right? Because that's all this guy's been doing. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and just, you know, go on with this video. And first thing I want to talk about is how this guy is a hypocrite. Okay, so you may be wondering, okay, Rive, well, how is he a hypocrite? So first things first, he talks about the law and then claims I'm criminal. But when I talk about the law, all of a sudden he gives defenses and says, you're not a judge, so you can't talk about it and you make those decisions, which is very odd. I mean, you know, even though it's all First Amendment, why do I have to be a judge to talk about the law in any way, in shape, or form, right? At least about you, right? Especially if it revolves around you in any way, shape, or form. But then you can talk about the law, claim how I'm doing criminal offenses, how I'm slandering you, and so on and so forth. Isn't that odd, dude? Right? Obviously, you're a hypocrite, and not only that, but you're biased. And you're obviously not open-minded about anybody else's arguments, so I'm obviously not going to talk about that part or on how you are so obviously biased. But man, you are fucking hypocritical, because whenever anybody else talks about the law, you say it's wrong for them to talk about the law, but it is right in any way when you talk about the law. Like, just right. So I guess because you're a Pikachu, because you're a Blood and Moon, that it's right that you talk about the law. I just guess so, going off that logic. But now let's just talk about how you're ignorant, because you always say that my gameplay in some way serves as proof in a video. Now let me ask you this, Blood and Moon, right? And let me ask you all this. What difference does it make if I were to show my face cam and were to at all explain any of this in a video? It doesn't. The gameplay just simply serves as a purpose of entertainment and engagement in the video while I commentary and talk, right? Commentary. So obviously while I'm speaking about the topic, right, or the event, and so on and so forth in the video, right, that's what the gameplay serves as. So what difference does it make if I show my face? It doesn't, not at all. So I don't know why Pikachu keeps mentioning this like 2 community tabs in a row that my gameplay is not proof or evidence, because it never was. And if you obviously watch my video, all I'm doing is simply debunking everything he's ever said or made claims on about me, right? But obviously, this guy is obtuseness, because he doesn't know, right, that it's so obviously that as in the video, I say that I'm going to be debunking the claims and things he makes on me, right? And I obviously show proof with supporting evidence to back up my claims about why what he's been saying on me making claims and so on and so forth is not the case on them being truthful. Right? But however, he says otherwise, with the lines for some reason being that my commentary is not proof and that I'm a fake commentator. Which this obviously shows that this guy is uneducated and ignorant, because he doesn't know commentary, claims gameplay as a source of evidence which where the hell did you get that from? And this guy, as I said before, but we'll say now in this video, uses the misinformation of laws in our argument. And just to show just how more slow this guy is, okay? If you seen this community post he made 2 days ago, he says, watch them fail each time. We can't spell, huh? Yeah, he proceeds to spell miss. Even though in the video, or I'm sorry, the community tab, I obviously show that in the community tab, you know, that I say miss with the M-I-S, not the fucking, you know, M-I-S-S, right? So this guy is fucking slow, dude. And then it says, it's 2 S-S, not 1. What are you talking about? He further on says, get off your iPad your mom gave you. And again, no legal proof. This kid thinks playing... Okay, so let me stop you right there. Okay, so he talked about legal proof, right? For whatever reason, right? Even though my previous video, the whole point wasn't to even legally prove that he was a pedophile or whatever the fuck the case may be, right? Which he obviously is not watching my video at all, because that's not what I'm talking about, right? The whole point wasn't to really show legal proof on you in any way, shape, or form, but is to defend myself. That's it. Off the First Amendment, right? There's nothing illegal I'm trying to prove here against you, right? All I'm just doing is just defending my self-image. Along with that, I'm just proving and arguing and backing up my claims and so on and so forth, that how what I'm doing is not illegal, and how everything I'm doing is legal, and how you're misusing the laws and so on and so forth, and how it's misinformation and blah 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 blah, which obviously, as I said before, if you watched my previous video, you would know what all of this is all about. He goes on and says, you say you want to watch your fake videos on us. Oh, okay, make that make sense, please. That is you talking over gameplay, not exposing or commentary under YouTube guidelines. Okay, I'm not gonna even talk about whatever this thing is that he keeps talking about again, you know, but just the fact that, like I said before, on proof that him being a hypocrite, again, he says, so again, court, we are waiting to show the truth in court. Okay, this is my only problem right here, because he keeps trying to bait people to go into court with them, which, number one, is so obvious that Blood Moon doesn't have the money to go to court, right? If he did, he would try to schedule a date with a lawyer or whatever the case may be. He would show that he's being serious. But instead, he would rather pay other people to bring him to court, which I am not at all in any way, shape, or form interested in going to court anyways, just to throw that out there, right? But he's throwing the whole court thing all over the place to also just, I guess, scare people in a way. Which, even if he is being serious about this, he obviously doesn't have the money to sue all of these creators, whatever. You know, Zexio, me, and Adam, for example, he doesn't have the money to sue us all, because it's just thousands of dollars. It's just that with the three of us. He is obviously just using court to, I guess, just scare us off or whatever, which I am not scared at all, dude. So just throwing that out there. The fact that he wants to bring me, a 16-year-old, to court this bad is pathetic, dude. Honestly, it's very pathetic. And he's been attacking nobody but mainly me recently. And he thinks that he's hurting my head because I guess he's bringing up these quote-unquote facts. But no. That's not the case. That's not why he's hurting my head. It's because of the fucking fact that he doesn't know how to use the fucking law in an argument, dude. He just throws it out there and says, this is a real law. You can't argue against it. Stupid. You have to prove why what I'm doing is illegal anyways. Just like how a lawyer does. They can't just say, you know, what I'm doing is illegal, show a law, and go on and so forth. No. They have to obviously have with reason why it's illegal. So obviously, me being me, I'm gonna just defend myself and say and debunk why what it is not the case at all, right? That's just me defending my self-image, and along with that, you know, just defending myself in general. Nothing more, nothing less. Just that simply. But instead, you decide to overcomplicate it and just make things a lot more difficult. And then you are being a huge fucking creep going on YouTube, just saying, hope you enjoy being on YouTube, to everybody in my comment section in the replies, dude. And then just this last community tab I'm going to read in this video. He says, Rive thinks playing cop online, which I already explained I'm not playing cop online, means he just has other fate. He just quotes my entire community tab that I made on him. And then he says, Rive, we won. Your video is gameplay with no legal check proof. I'm not going to explain that part. He says, you can't debunk a video we made that says only legal facts. Okay, so this is my only problem here as well. Well, actually, I'm lying. This isn't my only problem, but however, this is my problem here. He just likes to say, right, that because he shows laws that all of a sudden that he's proven right, but that's just not the case at all. Like, just because he shows a law and then, you know, puts a bit of an argument to it doesn't mean that I can't argue otherwise and debunk that, right? Like, obviously this guy doesn't know how to debate, nor does he really know, I guess, how to just even, you know, just argue it in general, because he just argues his side and then is just biased about it and is not open-minded. See, this is why I say he is biased. He's not open-minded about other people's arguments at all, and because of that, he claims that anybody else that argues about it can't, because he shows a law and that he is automatically in the right. That's not the case, and if that was the case, then the court would be very, very more corrupted, like, than ever. And I already explained why, you know, you'll need a legal team to make a video like what I'm making, right? But anyways, I'm not gonna sit here and fucking hurt my head anymore, you know, talking about this guy and responding to his community posts. So anyways, I guess lesson of the day, he's fucking retarded. Alright, bye.